What is going on YouTube? It's your buddy, everybody's buddy, Car Craftsman, here again. New video, trying to get out as many as I can here. And yeah, today I am working with a 2003 Acura TL. Now this one got a little bit of the jealous girlfriend rage, and it had key marks from one end of this thing to the other. And we went ahead and put some Nason base on there and followed it up with some USC clear. And my problem today is I think I let my Black Widow spray gun get a little bit dirty because my results are lackluster. Now this side here we did with a DeVelvis Pro Light, and it came out just nice. This side here I did with my Black Widow, and well, let's just say I think I could have done better with a roller or maybe even a sock. But anyway, yeah, the customer wasn't too happy, and neither was I. It also got some dust in it and everything. So I want to liven this thing up a little bit more. So what we're going to do is a technique where you sand the clear coat while it's still taped up, and you just reapply another layer of clear coat on top. And that should lay it down really nice. It should flow really nice onto the car, and you should get some really nice results after it's been wet sanded. So that's what we're going to do today. Now, typically I would probably do something like this, like if it was a complete and total show car with like 1000, to make sure it's real nice and smooth. This thing just being what it is, he didn't pay too much for this job, but I do want it to come out nice, as all my jobs. So what we're going to do is we're going to sand it with 600, and we're going to clear coat back on top of that and see what the results are. Now I could already hear the people typing away at their computers. 600, you got to have it at least 800 or something like that. Well, I used to work at a hot rod shop where I painted a car and did the same exact technique on it, and the guy told me to use 400. And I'm like, are you out of your mind? Clear coat with 400 is not going to look good. He said, if you don't do what I tell you to, you're fired. And well, I did it anyway. It wasn't that bad, but I'm just making a story out of it. But anyway, the 400 gave me the results that I was looking for. It definitely leveled the paint very quickly, and when I reapplied the clear coat, it flowed really nice on there. Now, in that particular case, it was a show car, so it was going to get wet sanded and buffed anyway. But the results that I got were you could see the 400 scratches in the clear coat. Now, when I say you could see them, it didn't mean like you could just see jagged scratches or anything like that, but you could certainly see where the 400 was sanding on the clear coat, and then where the clear coat laid down. It's kind of hard to explain, but since it was wet sanded and buffed, you could not tell whatsoever, and the car is a good looking show car. So I figured the 600, because I got a whole lot of car to go over here, and then some clear coat. So I'm going to show you how I get that done. And yeah, if you want to see more content like this, please subscribe, like the video if you like the video, and as always, thank you for watching. I think I found another problem that I had last night when I was painting this thing. My Puerto Rican buddy's car here, and yeah, he stopped by with some Coronas while we were doing it, and maybe that's what happened. Now, the only reason I like showing my mistakes is because you can always learn from them. I got good results down here on the side. I'm not sure what happened right there, but it definitely got dry, and I don't like that at all. And the customer pointed it out, so you know what? You got to admit when you did something wrong there, or not meeting customers' expectations, and then you got to make it right. So that's what we're about to do. So I've had my 600 soaking here in my bucket for a little bit. You always want to clean your bucket first. You always want to make sure you have a clean bucket with clean water, and rocks aren't going to be rolling around or dirt isn't going to be rolling around when you're wet sanding. And then I have a squirt bottle here, and I actually took a little bit of Scotch-Brite pad and shoved it into the nozzle, so not only does it hold the water in there, but it also filters it a little bit. So at least that's my theory. So I use this for wet sanding, and got a little bit to go. So let's get down to it. So I got two different kind of blocks. This is just a soft block, and I like using it, so that's why I do it. And then I got just regular old soft side, hard side block. Probably be using that for some of the tighter areas. But the reason I like using this one a little bit more is because it's got this rounded edge here. Now, a lot of people just use that for their hand and everything, but they don't even think about using it for an edge on your sandpaper. So that's what I do anyway. Wrap it around like that. Use the best parts of your sandpaper and get to digging. That's what I'm about to do. Now, the reason I use all the time gloves, this finer sandpaper will slide across your hands and across your fingers, and it will eat through your fingertips fast, real fast. So I always use gloves when I'm doing it because I don't feel like having my fingers bleed. Here's the results I got with the 600. Now, I've already blown this car down once, trying to get all the water out of the gaps. Wiped it down with a clean microfiber. Still got some streaks I got to work out. But all the paint's been leveled, and all the jam areas and other spots that have been shiny have been sanded with a gray Scotch-Brite pad just to make sure that the new clear coat's going to stick good. I've had problems before where I didn't sand those areas too well, and then clear coat definitely rolled right off of it. So I'm always wary of that now. If you're gun spraying like crap, if you know you're not getting the same results that you used to, it's probably because it's dirty. Now, a lot of times, unfortunately, I get fed up at the end of a paint job and just want to go home. So I give it a quick squirt out of the top, and then I normally throw it right back on the rack, and yeah, hope for the best next time I pick it up. And that's really not a plan for proper maintenance or to make sure your next paint job is going to come out as good as the last one. Now, I know this thing sprays clear great. I really like the way it lays it down, but yesterday when I went to paint that car, it was dirty, and the results showed. So what I'm going to do is clean this thing up today. I'm going to take it apart and show you how I do a thorough cleaning on it. And we'll just start right here. I got some thinner, and this is an old thinner can, actually, what you would get thinner in. And I just cut the top and rolled it back, and now I can disassemble the gun and put it in there. So that's what I'm going to do now. And this is how I break down the gun. First, I take the nozzle off simply by turning. Next, using the wrench that came with the kit, you can put that through there. That's how you can tell it's dirty. Put that right in the center. Set that to the side. Pull your fluid nozzle out. Now this is what I'm talking about. I just got done cleaning it off, and I want to make sure that air passage is nice and clean. So I'm going to just stick a blower in there and blow that thing out. So the body of the gun's looking clean. We are going to put this back together. Starting with the air diffuser. Like I said, there's only one way you can get it in there, so that ain't the way. Oh, that looked like it went in perfect. Next comes your tip cap. We're gonna make sure that's nice and tight on here. Actually, of course, you don't have to over torque it or anything like that, but a nice little hand grip at the end makes a difference. Alright, I'm going to put the air cap back together. Make sure it's snug. Don't have to over tighten it. That's good. Then back in with the fluid needle. Make sure that your trigger hole is on point. Slide it right in. Next comes your trigger adjustment with the spring on it. Tighten that down a little bit. This thing's looking pretty clean, and I'm ready to spray this car now. I'm going to blow and wipe this thing down one more time with a brand new microfiber, and I'm going to be looking for any weaknesses in my plastic and tape while I'm doing it. Here's the end results. Wet sanding was 600, and then reapplying clear over a fresh paint job. And this is what kind of clarity you could expect to get. How about that Harbor Freight too, laying that thing down? It'll leave it wet. If you set it right, it will leave a panel wet. That's right on the edge of dripping right there. All right, you know the deal. Like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.